As part of the 60th birthday celebration of the Lagos State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, the state government engaged the youth on leadership role, and the Deputy Governor assured the Nigerian youth that in spite of challenges facing the country, there is hope for the young people. Now, the Deputy Governor, who was speaking at a National Youth Symposium to mark his 60th birthday, urged the youth to take advantage of opportunities available to them and become self-reliant.
To be able to grow bigger or even start at all.
Victoria Garden Conference and Event Center, Alausa Ikeja, is fully occupied by some youths in different groups: NYSC core members, senior government officials, academic scholars, among other guests, who are here for the National Youth Symposium organized by the state government in commemoration of the 60th birthday of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Quadri Hamzat. The celebrant, who has just stepped into the 6th floor, is here alongside his wife, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, to lecture the youths on the opportunities that are bound for them. The former Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Olanrewaju Fagbun, leads the conversation on guiding the youth on the path to self-reliance.
Nigeria indeed stands at a crossroads, and the decisions we make today will not only shape the nation's future, but the lives of millions of young Nigerians. Traditional pathways to success are becoming elusive. Employment opportunities are shrinking. Our educational systems are strained. Global competition has become much more fierce. The notion of self-reliance has become a critical survival strategy, which means you are not looking at any system. You are not looking at any individual. You are looking at your own inner resourcefulness. You are looking at your own resilience to take you through. You are telling yourself that I'm on an island where there is no survive. Death is not an option. Life is the option, and I will get through it. That is what you want to do. That is what we want to train our youth to be able to achieve. And that is what this event is all about. Let me introduce an exemplary leader whose story embodies the power of education, perseverance, and a passion for societal development. Dr. Quadri Obafemi Hamzat. His leadership in the Ministry of Science and Technology during the Tinubu administration and his innovative approaches helped foster a culture of transparency and efficiency in governance. These principles have continued to shape his leadership style and unwavering commitment to serving Lagos State. Perhaps the most defining trait of this great man is his passion for a society where every young person has the opportunity to thrive, a Lagos that fosters self-reliance, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
Next is a panel session including the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Youth and Social Development, the Executive Secretary and CEO of Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, among others, who engaged the youths on numerous opportunities available for them in agriculture, tech industry, and in other fields.
Under our Lagos Agripreneurship Program, which we run every year, we continuously train the youth. We train those who don't have a background at all, but we are now trying to keep a focus on those who have agricultural backgrounds in our universities. It doesn't negate the fact that we'll still continue to take on those who have the passion for it, but we want to start to put a focus to this particular group of people that have otherwise been neglected. We train, we mentor, and we also support. All of our initiatives in the past, we continue to support production, we continue to support processing, but we do not follow our investments to market, meaning at the end of the day, you pump in so much money, but you don't see the returns on investment. And what I mean by returns on investment is not the money coming back into the state government coffers, but the money coming back to you in terms of the average disposable income you have available. We give a lot of support, but we don't see that translating into price reductions in the market, which is why we are pushing aggressively to develop more food hubs so that we can start to trail where our monies have been invested.
As a youth, to survive and to thrive, you need to be confident, you need to be bold, and you need to believe in yourself. Because the worst thing anybody can say to you is no, and no cannot kill you. So the fact that we have that open door policy opens me to conversations, and those conversations translate into actionable items. And just to mention a few, USAID that's USAID. We're in partnerships and we're in conversations with them. They're in 4 out of our 35 youth centers, empowering and giving back to the youths. UNICEF, we continue to have roundtable conversations. When you bring stakeholders together to a table and you align your actionable items around the SDGs, then it gives you that platform, an opportunity to be able to align those conversations to give the benefits to the youths.
Before I talk about the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund that offers single-digit interest loans at 9%, you don't need collateral, but also talk about partnerships. Sometimes some of the things that we try to do, we can't do it alone. Why can't you invite other people, pitch your ideas, get capital in terms of equity rather than debt? Once you do this, you'll be able to move at a very, very high speed. Other areas of business support that I see within Lagos State especially also lies in the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, where they offer free voucher programs to early startups, where you can go and set your business up at very, very reduced cost. There's also the Idea Hub program, especially for early stage businesses where they can incubate their ideas. And I think the last one is that we all need to focus not on the conventional, but on the technical and the traditional work, like technical skills, plumbing, carpentry. We feel that these areas are left for people who are not educated, but it's not true. If you are the best plumber in this state today, the governor will be looking for you. The deputy governor will be looking for you. High net worth individuals will be looking for you because the excellence that comes from your job will command value.
Other panelists also asked the youths to invest in themselves in order to become what they desire in future.
Now, you have to be positive. I would offer you that. Understand that sometimes you might fail. There's something called failing forward. The thing that sometimes we don't get is failing temporarily is actually part of the process of passing. So when you do something and you don't do it right, continue, just like we heard from our sister down there about her journey. It's very instructive. Try your best, try, be persistent, don't give up. Focus, get a skill, get advice, have a growth mindset. If you fail, get up. As long as you are getting up, you are on a journey. It's a journey. You are young, it's a journey. It may not be successful the first time. So that's the first thing I'd like to offer you. The second thing is leverage networks and build relationships. Anybody who has read the story of our dear president will understand the power of relationships. How he's built his relationships over the course of his career. As a matter of fact, if you want to study how to build relationships, you should read about his life. Building relationships today as a young person, some of those relationships will come back to pay dividends later on in life.
Prior to my starting Zenith Crafts, prior to my even acquiring the skill of leatherworks, I asked myself, why do I want to do this? And I answered myself, I want to build a globally represented brand, a globally respected brand, a brand that will transcend racial boundaries, a brand that will bring pride to Nigeria, that will bring pride to Africa, and that will bring pride to the blacks all around the world. A brand that will stand amongst the best and even stand out amongst the best. That has been my focus and that has been my driving force. So as an individual, dream big, go after our dreams and you achieve it. Of course, we have some challenges, we have some limiting factors, which is due to some financial constraints, which has made it a little bit difficult for us in acquiring cutting-edge technology and machines. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get there. Gucci started somewhere, so Zenith Crafts is starting somewhere, and we are going to get there. So if you are here today, if you have a vision, please go after it.
When we are talking about financial freedom, so I want to ask youth, who want to be financially free?
So who want to do the work? Thank you. So everybody wants to be financially free, but we don't want to put on the work. So when we are talking about financial freedom, we are talking about, we need to understand financial literacy. And they didn't teach us in school at all. So conventional school, they didn't teach us about financial. That's why we are not making money. So when we're talking about financial literacy, you need to understand how money works. The rules and the law that governs money. So number one rule of money is not meant to be spent. I know what you're talking about. You know, I know. So money is meant to be invested. That's number one rule. But I can say in Nigeria, we violated this rule so much. And that's why the money is not in our economy. And number two, we need to understand the difference between assets and liability. So to understand assets and liability, we need to understand cash flow. And to understand the cash flow, we need to understand investment. And I could tell you the best investment you can ever do is investment that invests in yourself. And the reason is been, so it's what you're becoming, not the money anyway. That's why you can see some millionaires, they go bankruptcy and they make the money back because they invest in the brain, the mindset and all that. So that's why it's very important.
The Lagos State Deputy Governor encourages the youth to be hopeful for a better country because they are in a position to drive the positive change that Nigeria needs.
No doubt in my mind that the choice of this topic is very relevant, and I think the timing is also very important. So why do I say the timing is important? This, we all know, is a pivotal moment in the history of our country, Nigeria. We are all dazed by the economic challenges of our times. Many seem to have lost hope in the sheer creativity and the ability of human minds and the amazement of transformative power of science to traverse or reverse what is seen as a negative trend. So the question is, how do we leverage on them? Instead of us complaining, how do we motivate the youth? In other words, in administration, the youth have always been at the table when decisions that affect the lives of over 22 million Lagosians are made. Little wonder, somebody said here, and I think it's the lady that said she Jakpada. A lot of people wanting Jakpada, they are coming back. You know why? Not because they are homesick, but because they realize that the challenges of today are actually global. So I must salute the courage of our young people, your resilience, your tenacity, as well as your passion for this country. So are there challenges? Yes, there are problems, socioeconomic problems, unemployment, insecurity in some parts of the country, national disasters fueled by climate change and others. Are they insurmountable? No, not at all. Are there opportunities in those challenges? Sure, there are many. But only the highly discerning and attentive youths will see them. I therefore encourage our youths not to be deterred by these challenges around them. I admit that it can be intimidating, but I know that tough times don't last. Only tough people do. And as such, I encourage you to focus and continue to plow on, because you will get to that destination with your mental health intact and your success and prosperity assured.
The take-home message from the National Youth Symposium is for the youth to emulate the leadership skills of Dr. Kadri Hamzat, become self-reliant, and take up roles that will shape the future of Lagos State and the country at large.